Thank you.
Enjoy.
Am I live now?
Yes.
Oh. Sorry, guys. Good evening. Hope you're all well. Today, we're going to be doing elbow planks. So I hope you're all okay with that, but we'll go through it anyway. But before we start, I just want to talk to you about our session last week when we did coming up into our leg balance and back to our warrior 3. It's quite a tough transition to do. So I just want to let you know that when you're doing your warrior 3, you have the option, if you're practicing, you can place your hands on that front leg, core is on, and you can just practice coming forward, maybe the knees hovering off. It doesn't have to come all the way up. Just keep those hips square. And then you can just practice coming up and then stepping back. You can also, show you this side, hands on the knees, and you can put one hand on the hip and then practice standing up. And then you can just break it down. Or you can do it from crescent. Because it is quite a challenge. So just make sure your core's on, just break it down, and you can place both hands on that front leg. And you can just practice doing this as well. So just play around. But any questions about that, please give me a shout. So let's start today. It was a really lovely day today with the sun out. A bit chilly, but it's still really nice going for a walk. So you can sit on your yoga block. You can sit on a pillow or a cushion. Eyes are closed. Just a few breaths here. And then just bring your awareness to your body, checking that the weight's even on both seat bones, that you have a lovely long spine, crown of the head towards the ceiling. Shoulders are relaxed. Soften the face, relax the jaw, and just allow the tongue to fall away from the roof of the mouth. And then bring the awareness back to the breath, the air flowing in and the air flowing out. And then the hands can be on the feet, the thighs, or on the knees, whatever feels comfortable for you. I'm just going to start our practice, just a few rounds of our equal breath. Take a nice long inhale, sigh the exhale out through the mouth, then inhale for 3, and then exhale for 3. Inhale for 3, and then exhale for 3. Keep that breath nice and smooth and flowing, no breath retention. And if it feels comfortable, maybe inhale for 4 and exhale for 4. Just a couple more rounds. And then slowly go back to your natural breath. Keeping the eyes closed, slowly bring the palms together, bring the hands through to heart center. Allow the thumbs to connect to the heartbeat. Inhale, keep the length in the spine. Nice and easy, exhale out through the mouth. And then keeping that spine long, just a gentle rotation to the right. Slowly come back to center. Gentle rotation to the left. And slowly back to center. 3 more on each side. Just your natural breath. Keep the movement slow. And it's just a nice, easy rotation. The rotation is coming from that mid-back, that thoracic spine. And then slowly come back to center. Release the fingertips to the floor. And maybe start to flutter the eyes open or keep the eyes closed. Reach the right fingertips up towards the ceiling. Side bend over to the left as you exhale. Inhale up. Exhale, side bend over to the right. Inhale. Coming up to center, all the way over to the other side as you exhale. Slowly coming up, pushing off through the hands. Just nice and easy. Keep the elbows soft. Let's do 2 more on each side. And then slowly float the fingertips to the floor. Just bring them behind you slightly. Sit up nice and tall. Open out the chest. And then crawl your way round to tabletop. And once you get to tabletop, set your base. Shoulders are over the wrists. Knees are underneath the hips. Hip circles. Working with your own range of movement. Nice long easy inhales, nice long easy exhales, in and out through the nose. And then maybe make the range of movement a little bit bigger, maybe not. Just check in with your body, see how it's feeling. And then slowly come to center. Step the right foot forward. Slowly come all the way up, shoulder roll. So push down through that front foot. Push down through that left foot. Checking that the pelvis is in neutral. And you can roll the shoulders one at a time or both together. Your choice. Trying to keep the pelvis in neutral. And then slowly hinge forward and crawl back to tabletop. Hip circles, the other direction, if you can remember which direction you're going in. Maybe make the range of movement a little bit bigger, maybe not. And then come back to center, step that left foot forward, coming into your kneeling lunge. Pelvis is in neutral. Push down to the top of the right foot, push down through that left foot. Shoulder rolls. Maybe the movement's a little bit bigger, maybe not. Maybe you're doing both arms together, or one at a time like myself. And then slowly hinge forward. Coming back to your tabletop. Spreading the fingers wide, checking your base, shoulders are over the wrists. Knees are underneath the hips. Shoulder blades are in neutral, so those shoulder blades on the back of the rib cage. Pelvis is in neutral. Activate the core, so whether you think about scooping up and in, or whether you're thinking about drawing everything into the midline, or whether you're thinking about zipping up. Not too tight. And then slowly lower the right lower arm down to the floor, right forearm, then the left forearm. And then just play around what feels comfortable for you. Do you need to bring the elbows in a little bit closer? Do you need to bring them further apart? Try and keep the hands flat on the floor if you can. Keep the core activated. You may need to walk one knee back slightly and then the other. Coming into glute raises on our forearms, starting with the right glute. Activate that right glute. Float that right knee off the floor. Flex the foot. Slowly lower it down for 1. Slowly squeeze up for 2. For 3. For 4. For 5. Check that the core is still activated. For 6. For 7. Check that you're not dropping that head down. For 8. For 9. For 10. Slowly come back up and circle. Hip circles. May feel a little bit strange in this position. And let's change direction. And then lower that knee to the floor. And then slowly walk the knees back a little bit. Keep that core activated and come into a 3/4 plank. Now from here, check that you're opening out across, you're broad across the collarbones. Checking that the shoulders are roughly over the elbows, hands are relaxed. Try not to allow the chest to dip down. So active in those arms. Shoulder blades are in neutral on the back of the rib cage. Hold it here, core is on. And then slowly lower down. A peek between your nose and the mat and bring your arms to your picture frame arms, your goddess arms. Back extensions up. Hands are relaxed, core is on. Slowly come up. And then lower down. Slowly come up. And then lower back down. Check that the head and neck are not moving. You're just raising the chest off the floor and then back up again. Using the muscles in your back. Guys, I've lost count, so I'm going to count for 5 more. So come up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Lengthen the spine, baby cobra. So pull back with the hands on that mat. Chest is open, look down towards the mat. Tops of the feet and pubic bone in contact with the mat. Core is on, glutes are on. So try not to let those legs roll out to the side. Exhale, soften, tuck the toes. Push up to come to long arm 3/4 plank. Just walk those knees in a little bit. Keep the core activated. Lower the left arm down, right arm down. So you're in your forearms. Coming into glute raises on the left side. Core is on, left glute is on. Coming up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Try not to collapse down through that chest. For 6, for 7, for 8, for 9, for 10. Hip circles. Change direction. Slowly lower the knee to the floor. Come into your 3/4 plank. Check that it's length in that neck. So you're not dropping that head down. Not collapsing through that chest. Shoulder blades are in neutral. Pelvis in neutral. Core is on. Slowly lower down. Peek between your nose and the mat. Option, picture frame arms. So you can bring the arms back. So think it's pointing down by the side of your body. You can rest the backs of your hands on your glutes if you want to. Back extension for 1. For 2, for 3, lovely long line in that spine. For 4, for 5, for 6, for 7, for 8. You can rest when you need to. For 9, for 10. Bring the hand underneath the shoulders. Your option now is to come into a baby cobra, or you can slide the lower arms forward, elbows underneath the shoulders, coming into Sphinx. Just take your time coming into your Sphinx. Check that the chest is open. Try not to jut the chin up. Slowly come up. And just work with your own range of movement. So if there's any compression in that lower back, just come down a little bit lower. Push down through the lower arms. Imagine that you're pulling back the lower arms rather than pushing down through the shoulders. Chest is open, hands are relaxed. Now you have an option now to come up to your 3/4 plank from Sphinx if your core's on, or you can soften down, hand underneath the shoulders, push up to your forearm, 3/4 plank, and then lower back down into your 3/4 plank from here. Keep that core on, breathe wide and full. One more inhale, nice long easy exhale. And then we'll slowly come up, bring the knees in, tabletop. If you've got socks on, if they're not grippy ones, please throw them off because I don't want you to slip. Core is on, shoulder blades in neutral, pelvis is in neutral, tuck the toes. Take a nice deep breath in, hover the knees off the floor, then hoist the hips up and back, down dog. Soften the knees, love your long spine, lengthen out the arms, lengthen out the armpits, checking that you're spreading the fingers wide, check that the weight's even between the hands and the feet, head and neck and relaxed. Heel raises, or calf raises, whatever you'd like to call them. You can slowly come onto the balls of your feet, slowly lower the heels down. Slowly come up, slowly lower, slowly come up, slowly lower, slowly come up, slowly lower. Keep going, that's 5. For 6, you can shift some weight a little bit further forward into your shoulders if you want to. Head and neck are nice and relaxed. You can soften and bend those knees if you need to. One more. Slowly lower the knees to the floor. Step that right foot forward, coming into your kneeling lunge, kneeling crescent. Left toes are tucked, bring the balls of the left foot, pushing down for that right foot. Activate the core, pelvis in neutral, left glute is on. Reach fingertips all the way up towards the ceiling. Bend the elbows, goddess arms, opening out the chest. From here, place the right hand on the right thigh, hinge forward, left hand to the mat, left shoulder in line with that left wrist. Easy rotation, release the left ear down towards the left shoulder. Just nice and easy. Then look down towards that right foot and just heel toe it out. So mine's coming out to the edge, alongside the edge of my mat. Release the right hand down towards the floor. So you're in this low lunge, leader position. We're using this for mobility. We're going to do some hip circles. So again, working with your own range of movement. And don't worry if that right foot moves. You can come back a little bit. And then slowly change direction. And then from here, crawl your way back to tabletop. And then step that left foot forward, coming into kneeling lunge on the left. Right toes are tucked, pushing down through the left foot, push down to the balls of the right foot. Reach fingertips all the way up to the ceiling, pelvis in neutral, right glute is on, goddess arms, all your goalpost arms. And then place that left hand on the left thigh. Right hand comes down towards the floor. Right shoulder over that right wrist. Nice easy rotation. And then release that right ear down towards that right shoulder. Staying here, nice and easy. Look towards that left foot. Heel toe that left foot out a little bit wider. Release the left hand down. Hip circles. Again, work with your own range of movement. And then slowly change direction. And then from here, I'm going to come into a halfway lift. So push down to that left foot, step that right foot forward, knees are bent, hips are going back, resting the upper body on the thighs. Fingertips can be on the floor. If you've got blocks near you, you can rest your hands on the blocks. If that feels uncomfortable, you can rest your lower arms on your thighs. And just release the head. A few deep breaths here. And then on your next inhale, activate the core, using those hamstrings, hip hinge with a lovely long spine all the way up. Squeeze those glutes, stretch the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Nice long stretch. You can have a little wiggle from side to side if you want to. And then release. So if you need to take off a layer, please do so. Grab a drink. So a little bit of leg work today. I'm just going to take my top off. When we come down, we're going to do a little bit of leg work standing up. Then we're going to come down back to our elbow plank. I'm trying to get you to keep your arms like so on the floor rather than holding and interlacing your fingers. Some people, when they've got their arms in this position, sorry guys, they tend to grip really hard and round out their upper back. But today I want you to try and think about opening out your chest, because when we're sitting either at our desks or reading, like me, binge watching Netflix, tend to sit like this. So we're going to try and think about opening out today. So if you can bring your arms like so as well, and you can just play about with them. I'm not going to be too strict with them, but just making sure the elbows are underneath the shoulders, that that core is on, that the muscles here, your serratus, you want to make sure your obliques are on as well, but not too tight, just relax them slightly. And check in with the breath. If you need to rest, please rest. When you're ready, at the front of your mat, feet hip width apart. Take a nice deep breath in, bring the hands through to heart. Stepping that right foot back as though you're coming to crescent, but you're going to open straight out into goddess. So bending the knees. Goddess, basically if you're coming from the gym background, your pillow squat. The knees are going in the direction of your toes. Weights even through both feet. So you're not rolling in and you're not rolling out. Try and stack the shoulders over the hips. Glutes are on, so think about squeezing those seat bones together. Core is on. Bring your arms up, lower down to goddess arms, holding it here. Inhale, lengthen. Arms are lengthened, legs are lengthened. And as you exhale, pull down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull down. As you come up, have a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, really think about squeezing those shoulder blades down together. Maybe the elbows, arms are coming down towards your side of the body a little bit more. Checking that those knees aren't rolling in. Slowly come up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Let's do 5 more. So that's 5. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, goddess. I've lost count. So let's do 2 more. And then slowly come to your goddess. Hold it there. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Slowly come all the way up. Swivel around. So you're going to face the back of your mat. Bending the right knee. So crescent on the right. Core is on. Left glute is on. Pelvis is in neutral. Bring the right arm up. Left fingertips pointing down towards the ceiling. Swap over arms. Toy soldier arms. No movement at the pelvis. That pelvis is stable. You can speed it up a fraction. You may feel some movement at the rib cage. You want to feel your shoulder blades moving. And you have the option of bending that knee a little bit more to work that back leg a little bit deeper. Maybe you can feel it on the front leg as well. Keep going. And then slowly bring the hands back to heart center. Push down through that right leg. Step the left foot forward. Inhale. Exhale. Bend the knees. Hip hinged. Lovely long spine. Chest is open. Place the hands on the floor. Step the right foot back. Knee down. Left foot back. Tabletop. From here, slowly bring the knees back. Lower the right arm down. Left arm down. Coming into a 3/4 plank, keep the core activated. I can start on the left so you can see. Squeeze the left glute. You can keep that leg bent and pulse for 2, for 3, for 4, for 5, for 6. Lower the left knee down. Let's do that on the right. Squeeze that right glute. Core is on. Pulse for 1, for 2, for 3, for 4, for 5, for 6. Lower the knee down, hold it here. Adjust yourself if you need to do so. Check that head and neck. Chest is open, core is on. And then from here, slowly lower down towards the floor. Pee between the mat and your nose. Picture frame arms or extended arms down the long side of your body, or rest the backs of the hands on your glutes. Back extensions for 10. Core is on for 1, for 2, for 3. Neck stays in line with the rest of the spine. For 4, for 5, for 6, for 7, for 8, for 9, for 10. Slowly bring the hands underneath the shoulders. You can come to cobra, or you can slide the lower arms out and then slowly make your way into Sphinx. Checking that the neck's in line with the rest of the spine. Pubic bone in contact with the floor, tops of the feet, chest is open. Lower down if there's any awkward sensations in that lower back. A few deep breaths here. Option is to push up from here to come into your 3/4 plank, or you can bring the hands underneath your shoulders, come up to cobra into a 3/4 long arm plank, and then lower into your elbow plank, your choice. So activate the core, adjust yourself. Core is on, glutes are on, shoulder blades are in neutral, pelvis in neutral. Adjust your knees. A few breaths here. Feet can be flat on the floor, or the toes can be on the floor. And then from here, right hand, left hand, long arm 3/4 plank. Then slowly walking the hands back towards the knees, coming into your, some people call this toe squat. So I'm sitting back on the heels, stretching out. This is quite good to do if you can. If you can't do it, then just come to kneeling. Bring the hands to your back, open out your chest, stretching that chest here. Whilst you're holding this stretch, I'm going to show you how we're going to transition back to the front of the mat. And just remember, no one can see you. You can crawl, opposite hand, opposite knee. Or if you want a challenge, tuck the toes, tabletop, hover, and do a walk in your knee hover, and then we'll come to a halfway lift. So a little bit of fun. Your choice whether you crawl. No one can see you. So from here, make up your mind whether you're going to crawl or knee hover. Tuck the toes, come into your halfway lift. Hands can be on blocks, arms can be on the knees or fingertips to the floor, pushing the hips back, release the head and neck. And then pushing down through both feet, core is on. Lengthen the spine, hip hinge all the way up. Use those hamstrings, use those glutes. Bring the hands together through to heart center. Step that right foot back, slowly open out, coming in to goddess. Holding it here. Check your base. Knees are going in the direction of your toes. Glutes are on, core is on, pelvis is in neutral. Your arms, in your goddess arms, slowly going to bring the arms in so the elbows are roughly in line with the shoulders. Then open out, bring them in, open them out. When you come here, it's not a back bend, elbows roughly in line with the shoulders and forward. And you're going to be holding down in your goddess. So I'm not quite sure if you've already been doing some, but I'm going to say that's 2, that's 3, that's 4. Squeeze in those shoulder blades together. 6, 7, 8. Release, slowly come up. Swivel all the way around. Set your base for your crescent. Maybe have a little bit of a wiggle. Right arm up, so right leg's forward. And let's swing our arms. Toy soldier arms. Maybe bend that back leg a little bit more. Couple more. And then release, step it forward, hold it here. Take a nice deep breath in, bend the knees, hip hinge all the way down. Place the hands on the floor, left foot steps back, right foot back. Set your base. Walk the knees back, coming into your 3/4 plank, holding it here. Lower the right arm down, the left arm down. Holding it here. So checking your base, the shoulder blades are in neutral, pelvis is in neutral. Lengthen that neck, just gazing down, maybe you're gazing between the hands, maybe the wrists. Breathe wide and full. And then slowly lower down the P between your nose and the floor. Picture frame arms, or maybe bring the arms down by the side of your body or the backs of the hands on 5, back extensions for 10. Core is on. Come up for 1, for 2, for 3, for 4, for 5, for 6, for 7, for 8, for 9, for 10. Slowly bring the hand underneath the shoulders, either cobra, or slowly bring the arms forward for Sphinx, holding it here. Check in with that back. How's that back feeling? Do you need to lower it down a little bit more? Or your glutes on? Are your legs rolling out or are they rolling in? Are you broad across the collarbone? And then from here, keep the glutes on, keep the core activated. Slowly start to push the hips off the floor. If you need to walk the knees in a little bit, please do so. Holding it here. Core is on. Squeeze the right glute, lengthen out that right leg. Slowly lower the right knee to the floor. Lift the left knee. Slowly lower the left. Right. Lower it down. Left. Lower it down. Option to rest or come into child. Right knee off the floor. Right knee down. Left knee off. Left knee down. Right knee off. Down. Left. Down. And then from here, slowly come up, left hand, right hand. And then slowly walk the hands all the way back. Maybe sitting on the heels, maybe up. You can either come to goddess arms or you can place the hands on your back, stretching out across the chest. Then your option Come to tabletop and crawl to the front of the mat, or core is on, knee hover, and slowly walk forward in the knee hover. Your choice. And then slowly we'll all meet up, halfway lift. Lower arms can be on the thighs, your hands can be on blocks, or your fingertips can be on the floor. Release the head and neck. Breathe wide and full. Lengthen the spine, hip hinge all the way up. The core is on, you're using those hamstrings, core is on. Squeeze the glutes at the top. Stretch the fingertips all the way up. Release the hands down through to heart center. Few breaths here. Step the left foot back, coming into your goddess. Bend the knees, hold it here. Extend the arms out. Nice and long. Palms facing down towards the floor. Then turn the palms out. Maybe they face up to the ceiling, maybe they don't. Palms face down. Palms face up. Palms face down. So you're rotating the arm. Maybe sink a little bit lower. Check that the glutes are on, the core is on. One more. Inhale, lengthen the legs, and then swivel around. So coming into crescent, left knee. Hold it here. Check your base. Twist soldier your arms. Maybe sink a little bit lower. My left glute is on. I'm using those core muscles to keep my pelvis stable. I can feel the movement in my shoulder blades and a little bit of movement in my rib cage. Slight rotation. Let's do a couple more. And then step it forward without headbutting the ceiling. Hip hinge all the way down. Left foot back, right knee coming into tabletop. Lower the left arm down, the right arm down. Slowly bring those knees back, coming into your 3/4 plank. Option to stay here, or we can do lengthening out the left leg and then the right leg. And keep the core on. Breathe wide and full. Left, left lower, right, right lower, left, right, left, right, left, right. Hold it here and then slowly lower all the way down. Back extensions for 10. If you're getting a little bit tired, please rest or just do as many as you can. Play around with the arms so you can bring the arms to the front, to your goddess arms, your picture frame arms if you need a little bit more support. I've lost count completely. Let's do 2 more. This time, place the hands under the shoulders, pubic bone contact the floor, tops of the feet. Core is on, glutes are on, so those legs aren't rolling out. Coming into cobra. Holding it here, look down towards the floor. And then bring one hand off the mat onto the fingertips, bring the other hand off the mat onto the fingertips. Slowly lower down. Inhale, come up to cobra. As high as feels comfortable for you. We don't want any compression on that lower back. Chest is open. And as you exhale, soften down, hand underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes, push all the way up to 3/4 plank with long arms, holding it here. Slowly lower down onto your forearms. Check your base. And then from here, lift the left knee off the floor, the right knee off the floor, and hold it here. If it feels too much, lower the knees back down. And breathe. Pelvis is neutral, shoulder blades are neutral, hands are relaxed. Check there's length in the neck. When you need to, lower the knees down to the floor We're going to do 2 more breaths. Knees are down. Push all the way up to your 3/4 plank with long arms. Slowly walk the hands all the way back to the knees. Options to do your chest stretch here, or you can slowly come up from here. You can use your blocks, or you can keep the toes blocked, and you have the option to bring one hand down to the heel and then the other coming into camel. Just check with that head and neck, making sure that neck feels comfortable. I'm looking straight ahead. My glutes are on to create the hip extension. Slowly come up, hands to the lower back if that feels comfortable for you. Stay here. A few deep breaths. Lower down to tabletop. Check your base. Your option to crawl or to knee hover to the back end of the mat. Coming into that halfway lift. Whichever works for you. Relax the head and neck. Slowly come all the way up. Stepping the left foot back, coming into your goddess arms, goddess legs. Check your base. Lengthen the arms, lengthen the leg. Exhale, goddess. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale up. Exhale, goddess. Inhale. Exhale for 3. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, goddess for 4. Inhale. Exhale for 5. Inhale. Exhale for 6. Inhale. Exhale, goddess for 7. Inhale. Exhale for 8. Exhale for 9. Inhale. Exhale for 10. Hold it here. Slowly release the arms. Swivel around. Coming into crescent. Checking your base. Core is on. Twist, soldier your arms. Maybe dip that right knee a little bit more. Pelvis is stable and not moving. And slowly release the arms, hands through to heart, step it forward. Hip hinge, bending the knees. Place the hands on the floor, coming back to your tabletop. Take a few deep breaths here, maybe grab a drink if you need to. Then left lower arm to the floor, right. Coming into your 3/4 plank. Checking your base. Pelvis in neutral, shoulder blades in neutral. Extend the right leg off the right leg, so right knee off the floor, right knee taps, left knee back down. Right. We're aiming for 4. That's 2, 3, 4, 4. Gently lower down. Your choice, picture frame arms, your goddess arms, or you can bring the arms alongside. Back extensions for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Slowly lower down, hands underneath the shoulders. Pull back with the mat, pubic bone in contact with the floor, glutes are on, coming up to your cobra. Exhale, soften down, place the hands to a little bit wider, mine are coming off the mat, onto your fingertips. Inhale, lengthen up to cobra. Just your range of movement, check in with that back, see how that back feels. Exhale, soften down, hands underneath the shoulders, push up to your 3/4 plank. Lower the arms down to the floor, so you're coming into your forearm plank. The knees can be down or the knees can be off the floor, your choice. Holding it here. Now, your option now is to hover forward and back, forward and back. Remember to rest when you need to, or drop the knees down towards the floor. Pelvis is in neutral, shoulder blades in neutral. Core is nice and strong. Check that you're not dropping that head. Hold it here. Gently lower the knees. Left hand, right hand. Long arm, three-quarter plank, holding it here. Slowly walk hands back to the knees. You can stay here or come up to kneeling with the hands on the back. A few deep breaths here, opening out that chest. If you'd like to do one more camel, please do so. You can keep the toes tucked or the feet can be flat on the floor. But please check in with your body and how you're feeling. Just stay here if you need to. Glutes are on, hip extension, core is on. You can just gently slide the hands down towards the back of the hamstring. You can reach back from one heel and then the other heel. Check that the head and neck is relaxed. And then slowly bring the hands to the lower back. Squeeze those glutes, slowly come all the way up. Stay here for a moment. Slowly come all the way down to tabletop. Few breaths here. Step the right foot forward, coming into your kneeling crescent. Top of the left foot to the floor. Push down through that left foot, push down through that right foot. Pelvis in neutral, right glutes on. Reach the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Right hand to the right thigh, side bend over to the right, opening out the left side of the body and allow the right ear to drop down towards that right shoulder. Check in with the breath, nice long easy inhales, nice long easy exhales. Slowly come all the way back up, release the left arm, fingertips point down towards the floor. Hip hinge forward, place the left hand on the mat. Left elbow, left shoulder, left hand. Maybe heel toe that right foot out slightly. Easy rotation, releasing the left ear down towards that left shoulder. Maybe open out the right arms, the fingertips point up towards the ceiling. If not, just keep the hands on that right thigh. And then slowly release the right hand towards the floor. You can heel toe that foot out a little bit more. You can stay here in this slow lunge, lizard. You can do your hip circles again and compare them to the beginning. You can stay here. You can just allow that right knee to fall open to the right, so you're on the outside edge of the right foot. You can bring the lower arms to the floor, or if you've got blocks, you can use your blocks. Remember, you've got different heights of your blocks, so you can rest your lower arms on those. So just holding it here for a few deep breaths, whether you're doing your hip circles, whether you're just enjoying the stretch, or maybe you're doing both. And very, very slowly, I'm just going to come back to tabletop. Step the left foot forward, coming into your kneeling crescent and kneeling lunge. Left leg forward, pushing down to the top of the right foot, pushing down to that left foot. Pelvis in neutral, right glute is on. Reach fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Left hand, left thigh. Side bend over to the left, opening out the right side of the body, and maybe allow the left ear to drop down towards that left shoulder. Nice and easy inhales, nice and easy exhales. Inhale all the way back up, release the right arm. Hip hinge forward, right hand to the mat, right shoulder over that right wrist. Easy rotation, maybe allow that right ear to drop down towards that right shoulder. Maybe opening out the left arm, leaning back into that right shoulder blade. Core is on. Relaxing that head and neck. And then heel toe that foot out, maybe a little bit wider. Release the left hand. And then maybe you're doing your hip circles, maybe you're just hovering in your lizard or low lunge, or maybe you're doing both. And then you have the option to allow that left knee to roll out to the left, so maybe you're on the outside edge of that left foot. Just play around with whatever feels comfortable for you this evening. Remember, if you've got blocks or a cushion, you can use those to rest your lower arms on. And then from here, slowly come back to tabletop. And then slowly come to seated. Grab a drink if you need to. Glutes. You have the option of coming into your cow face, your shoelace pose, where I've got my right leg under and my left leg on top. That may feel uncomfortable for you. You have the option of extending out the right leg. If not, grab a block or a cushion, place it underneath your seat bones, so you've got a little bit more height. So you may feel that you can do that. You can come to a cross-legged, or you have the option, especially if you've got a block, of placing that left foot on top of the right leg and come to your 4-point kneeling. Or if that doesn't work for you, you can just come into your single leg pigeon. So whatever's working for you this evening, just sit up nice and tall, just a few breaths, maybe soften the gaze or close the eyes. And then you have the option of staying upright, or maybe you're hinging forward. You can use your blocks. If you need to rest your head, you can bring your arms together and rest them on your knee, whichever feels comfortable for you. Just check in with the sensations around the hips and the glutes and your back. Check that the head and neck are nice and relaxed. Couple more breaths here. And then slowly, slowly, slowly come out. And then just do the same on the other side. So making sure you're doing the same stretch on both sides. And once you've changed sides, just get yourself nice and comfortable, whether it's this pose which I'm doing, whether you've got the left leg out nice and long, whether you're sitting on your blocks, whether you're doing a seated 4-point, or whether you're coming to a single leg pigeon. Nice and tall. A few deep breaths here, checking in with the body. And then you have the option of hinging forward. You can use your blocks, you can use your arms to rest your head in. Whatever feels comfortable for you. And then check in with the sensations around that lower back, the hips, the glutes. Adjust if you need to. Check in with the breath. And very, very, very slowly come out of that. And then just bring your feet wide to the mat, sit up nice and tall, and just gently roll to the outside edge of one foot, the inside edge of the other foot. So gentle windscreen wiping of the knees. Rolling from one foot to the other. Outside edge, inside edge, outside edge, inside edge. Keep the chest open, so not collapsing in that lower back. And then from here, you have a choice. So coming into, we're going to do some more breath work. You have a choice of coming to lay down on your mat, or you can come to seated. I'm going to do it seated, so I've grabbed a cushion to sit on. So if you are going to join me seated, either sit on the block or grab a cushion or a throw, so you've got a little bit more height in your hips. Maybe grab your socks or an extra layer, just in case you're chilly. Maybe grab a drink. And then once you're in whichever position feels comfortable for you, just close your eyes. So if you're laying on your back, you can keep the hands in contact with your body or release them by your side. If you're joining me in an easy cross-legged, check that the weight's even on both seat bones. Check that that spine's nice and long. Just gently activate the core to help with that upward lift of the spine, crown of the head towards the ceiling. Close the eyes or soften the gaze. And if you're joining me in easy cross-legged, bring the hands, the back of the hands to the knees. Open the palms, soften the fingers. So the palms are facing the ceiling. Relax the elbows. And just check that the face is relaxed, the jaw's relaxed, and allow the tongue to fall away from the roof of the mouth. Shoulders are soft. And then bring your awareness to the breath, the air flowing in, the air flowing out. And then inhale for the count of 3. Exhale for 3. Inhale for 3. Exhale for 3. Inhale for 4. And then exhale for 4. If that feels uncomfortable, stay with 3. Inhale for 4. And exhale for 4. Inhale for 4. And exhale for 4. Keep that breath flowing. Inhale for 4. And then maybe exhale for 5 or 6, whichever feels comfortable for you. Inhale for 4. And then exhale for 6, for the count of 6. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe stay with the inhaling for the count of 4 and exhaling for 6. Or maybe lengthen that exhale to 8. So inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just carry on in your own time, inhaling for 4, exhaling for 8. If that feels too much, just carry on inhaling for 4, maybe exhaling for 5 or 6. And slowly go back to your natural breath. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And if you're lying on your back, slowly bend the knees one at a time. The feet are flat on the floor. Slowly roll to one side. And slowly crawl your way up to an easy cross-legged. And once you get there, check the weight's even on both seat bones. Spine nice long. Back of the hands on the knees. Fingers soft, palms facing the ceiling, shoulders relaxed, elbows relaxed. And bring the awareness to the breath. The air flowing in, the air flowing out the nose. Air flowing in, air flowing out. And the next inhale, float the arms out and up. Fingertips point up towards the ceiling. Bring the palms together and slowly lower the hands down through to heart center. 2 more. Inhale the arms out and up. Exhale, palms together, hands down through to heart center. 1 more. Gently bow the head towards the fingers. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through your practice this evening. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you find peace within. Slowly start to flutter your eyes open so you're gazing at your fingertips. Slowly bring the head up. From my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you enjoyed that and it wasn't too confusing. Any questions, please give me a shout. You can either ask me a question now, you can email me, or you can direct message me on Instagram. But thank you. Hope you're all well and staying safe. And hopefully I will see you all next week. If there's any questions either about tonight or what we've done today, last week with that standing balance, please just email me. But thank you very much. See you soon. Good night. What have I been binge watching on Netflix, Francis? I have been re-watching Modern Family because I love Modern Family and it's so funny. And I can't remember what else. I watched a film last night and I didn't really rate it very much and I can't think what it's called and I nearly turned it off, but I want you to watch to see what happened. But I will find the name for you, Francis, and I'll let you know what it's called. But anyway, good night, everyone. See you soon. Bye. You're welcome, Ollie.